stock coolers this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I need to touch up areas.
Good morning, small town Taylorville friends and community. I'm Jill Ruat, your host for another founding member video. This morning we are at the Pillars Event Center, and I'm joined with Lori and Jerry Cocaine. Welcome this morning.
Good
morning.
Thanks
Welcome
for
to
having us here. Where are the Pillars located to start with? Where are we at?
The address is 303 East Market. So that's about 2 blocks off the square.
Right downtown, right off the square. And as you saw in the video, Lee came in the front doors, beautiful stained glass. And the first thing you see is this sign. It says Baptist Church 1875. Tell me and our viewers about this brick that's right here.
Well, the original church was built here in 1875 on this property. And then they built a new church in 1925, which is the original church that we have here. So we're actually celebrating our 100-year anniversary this year in this building.
So this used to be Baptist Church here in Taylorville.
Correct.
And when did you two take over the building?
It was 2015, opened in 2016. We did extensive renovations before we opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and look and talk about all the beautiful renovations that you've done to the church.
Okay,
and
great.
We'll go up to the main event area and talk about some of those things. Because as you can see, you've kept a lot of the original stained glass in here.
Yes, all the stained glass is the original. We tried to keep as much original things as we could, but of course, change a few things.
Okay, so tell us about, we're in the main, what used to be probably the sanctuary, and this is the main event center. Tell us kind of what you've done in here.
Well, we started out, like most churches, the floor was sloped, and there was full of pews, and we took the pews out, and then we had to level the floor out. So we took all the old hardwood off and put new floor joists in to level it. It was the main thing, and as you see, we've kept the original hardwood as much as we could, and then tried to match it the best we could with new hardwood. All the floors have been refinished.
Everything was painted, of course. We
Yeah.
have all new lighting. I'm not sure what was here for lighting, but it wasn't suitable.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have tried to keep it.
We were son's an electrician, so he did all the lighting work for us,
Okay.
and that turned out real well. And we had, it's kind of hard to see, well, you probably don't see, but there's some knee walls along the edge now. That was not there, but we put them in to make them look original, but that's where put all new heat and air in the building.
Okay.
And mainly new electricity and plumbing, and we just went through pretty much the whole.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Help with our utilities as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
We just did
So that
that
was-
last year. There's 70 solar panels on the top of this building.
Oh, wow. That's
It's
fantastic.
pretty amazing if you see it from up there.
Yeah. And now we see, are these the original? They're just the pipes.
No, just the pipes, which we saw.
Yeah.
But actually,
Town, Maryland.
was it? Okay.
I forget the name of the Oregon company, but it was made in factory in Hagerstown, Maryland, just for this church in 1925.
Oh, wow.
And when we put it up for sale, we put it up for sale on eBay, and we sold it to a person from Hagerstown, Maryland.
Yes. They actually said they were.
No
So
way.
they knew people who had worked in the
Yeah,
factory.
the factory has since closed, but then they
Yes.
knew people who had worked in there, and they were going to put this organ all back.
I would like to go. I think they had maybe an Airbnb or a bed and breakfast, something of that nature, and they intended to put it all back together. Yeah.
Okay. So now I know Lee was kind of walking around upstairs. So there's a balcony for seating or extra party area.
What we call for overflow, if we have a crowd that's larger than what we can accommodate down here. The old choir loft is there. It used to have a step-up floornet. We tore it all out and leveled it. And on this side, there used to be
Classrooms, I believe.
classrooms, and we've taken out a wall and made it one big area up there.
Okay. And this is kind of set up, you're set up for an event, it kind of looks like.
Yes, we have an event Saturday night. It was a Christmas party for a local trucking company, and so we're all set up for that.
Okay. And we're making our way down to the chapel, which is also used maybe if you have a smaller
Smaller
party.
parties, or typically when we have a wedding and reception, we will have the wedding in the chapel and then the reception in the
So they
bigger
can
room.
walk right into the next
This room is normally, it'll have chairs just full of chairs and an aisle down the middle, and this is where.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we do a lot of smaller events like showers. This happens to be a retirement party that we're set up for this weekend. But yeah, anything that's a smaller event, usually 80 people are in here, and then larger events are in the other room.
And you've kept some of the natural, original woodwork fireplace of the chapel, or is
No,
this
no.
all renovated?
This is the gymnasium.
Oh,
The
wow.
basketball hoop down at that end. Now, we built the stage and we put the fireplace in.
Oh.
Queen's original. We put the lighting in, of course. Used to be bars on the windows so when the kids played basketball, they wouldn't break the windows out.
Yeah,
So we
smart.
took all the
And
bars
mats
in.
on the walls.
Yeah, so we just basically repainted, had the floor refinished, built the fireplace, built the stage,
New lighting.
yeah, new lighting.
Yeah.
And, so it works out real well for smaller events.
Yeah. So talk to us about some of the events that you do have here. What are some of the more common events that people rent out your facility for?
Weddings are probably the most.
That we
Yes,
have, yeah.
yes. We do several of those during the year, but we also do a lot of community fundraisers, things like that. Like I said, in this room, we use it a lot for showers and birthday parties and things like that.
Yeah.
So a multitude of things, but primarily I would say our biggest thing is weddings.
Yeah. And we do a lot of the community fundraisers. Here. I'm trying to think. Vision Way, the Vision Way is school, but we do Hope House. Hope House is having their fundraiser coming up here in a few weeks. We also do another fundraiser for School Foundation. We do this Greater
Yeah,
Taylorville
just
Chamber of
several.
Commerce
Yeah.
annual
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Several different community events.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And as we're seeing in this room, like you said, you're set up for a retirement party. Now, you also kind of help with decorating, correct? As I
Yes.
understand,
Yeah.
if you don't, you have a one-stop shop for, say, weddings or parties.
Yes.
Did you do all of this decor here?
I did. We have a big supply downstairs that we built up over the years. And people will come down, and actually it's up to them, it's their choice. They'll come down and pick out things, and we like to think that it's kind of like Hobby Lobby down there. There's a lot of choices. And people just we sit down there and put together something that might fit what they're looking to accomplish in the look of their wedding or their benefit or whatever. Yeah. So we
Tell
do a lot of
me
that.
what you told me before we went on camera as far as you met with the bride recently and what she said when she walked in.
Oh, well, we had this set up we chose it. The lady that's retiring likes roses, and she also likes blue. So that was my guideline for that. When the people came in to choose what they wanted, they said, we want it simple, we want blue, and we want some roses. So that's what we did, try to make it somewhat seasonable too. And walked in here, and she said, oh, these are the perfect colors for my wedding. So, sometimes somebody sees something in that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you meet with brides kind of almost in a coordinator type fashion as
Yes,
well?
actually,
if
that's
they
part
rent
of
the building?
part of the package that we include. There are 3 planning meetings, we call them. It's similar to a day of planner. We meet with them for just general information, and then I have a decor meeting with them, even if I'm not doing this more beneficial to them economically. And then we have a final meeting, which kind of ties things up as far as timeline and what time what vendors they're using and what time they're arriving and the whole day.
Gotcha. So it's not just a plain old event center, tables, chairs, here you go. It is this beautifully renovated old church that is a one-stop, you get the building, you've got help with decor, you've got planning assistance. I mean, you
That's
guys
correct.
really do
we
it,
also
do
give,
it all.
tell people of different vendors they can use, whether it be their caterer or DJ,
Photographer or whatever they need some help with.
So make
Yes.
some recommendations
Yes.
too. So that's wonderful. That's a great.
It
full
makes it a lot
package.
easier. We have had people say, well, it's a one-stop shop, because they do feel, people are busy and they like the fact that we provide all the linens, we set everything up, we tear everything down, we take out all the trash. It's, if you wanted to, you could just come in and have your wedding. We're going to do the rehearsal for you, and we're going to set up what's going to happen during the reception. And so if we do the decor, then basically you're going to come in and it's ready to go.
Wow. So you reopened in about 2016, you said?
We did.
Yes.
We worked
Correct.
on the church about a year and a half after we purchased it.
So in about 8 years, how many weddings do you think you've done?
Oh, 8 years, probably 250.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Roughly in that
You're
area.
busy.
So we learn as we go.
Yeah.
I mean, now we've got it down to where we know how things are going to work. And that's helpful
Right.
to brides too, because we have seen things that people have wanted to do and maybe they didn't work out as well as
Right.
another. Yeah. So
So you're constantly taking notes and just
Well,
kind of keeping track. Yeah. And now I know you just recently had, was it your first murder mystery dinner party?
We did.
We did.
Here? Tell us about that a little bit.
Go ahead.
Well, we had, I don't know what you call them, whether it's a troupe or cast out of St. Louis.
Okay.
Just Murder Mysteries is what's called. And they had been here prior for a school foundation function.
Okay.
And we decided, we didn't have whole lot going on this December. Well, we do something. Yes, we wanted to make it profitable, but we wanted to have something for the community to come to,
Okay.
something to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, they came in and did a nice job. We had a fairly good
It was fun.
attendance. It's a lot of audience participation in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the people had, along with like a 3-course dinner. So it turned
It was
out real well.
it was our first ticket event for us personally.
Okay.
We've rented to people like the school foundation or somebody that have brought in people, but it was the first time we actually have sold tickets to something. So that's something we'll keep in mind. Like he said, this December we're used to having weddings all through December, and we
Yeah.
had an open weekend, so we thought, well, okay, we'll try something
Yeah.
that we can do just for fun. Yeah.
Just for fun.
Just kind of in conjunction of being full service, we have ventured out a little bit outside of the event center that we now have Airbnbs. So that people that come to town for an event or just come to town to visit the shop or whatever, we have a 4-bedroom Airbnb and also a 2-bedroom Airbnb that we've renovated that are really nice. And so that's another feature that we have that kind of ties into this, but yet it stands on its own as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
it definitely does. As people are coming in for a wedding, we have a couple hotels in town, but
Yeah,
nice
right,
to offer
right,
them
right.
a
And it's-
comfortable Airbnb.
Yeah,
as
like you
well,
said, it's
so-
not always an event here.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just looking for a place to stay, and the more people know about us, the more we have people calling. And of course, we are listed through Airbnb as well.
Yeah.
But it's been kind of fun because
Yeah.
we enjoy the renovation part. We like to keep busy. We
Well,
like
we
the-
kind of enjoy it.
the decorating part.
Yeah.
That's kind of to take something and make something else out of it
Right.
is something that we enjoy doing. Yeah.
So tell the community where we can find the pillars, social media, website.
We're located on Facebook, of course. That's probably where we get the most people viewing us. But we also do have a website. It's pillarsevents.com. There's pricing on there. There's some pictures of different things that we've done. Just a lot of basic information for both weddings and other types of events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are one of the founding members of Small Town Taylorville. So if you're on the Small Town Taylorville website, you'll find information and link to them as well. Is there anything we haven't talked about or anything else special that you would like to share with the community?
I don't think so. Pretty well covered the synopsis of everything that
I'll
we've done.
think about that when you're done.
You'll think of it when we're done. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for joining us this morning. Friends and community, man, come and check out the Pillars. If you're looking for a place to rent for your next event, gathering, whatnot, come and talk to Lori and Jerry. Beautiful, beautiful facility. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
letting us
Thank
do a
you.
walk through
Thank
this
you.
morning.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
And we'll see you at our next video. Take care.